What do you get when you cross a knight with a snake? A serpent. Welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you for being here. Very happy to be with you tonight, my friends. Oh, thank you for being here with me. Dressy Chalice is first in chat. Great to see you again. Thank you for joining us, Dressy. I don't know if you prefer Dressy or if you prefer Chalice. If I were to shorten, if I may have permission to shorten your name. But thank you for being here tonight. Frownie rhymes with brownie. That it does. I believe, I don't know anything about this streamer, but I believe there is an Agent Brownie. I believe that screen name is taken on Twitch. But I don't know anything about the streamer. It's Thursday night football. Browns beat the Squealers. I may have had a bit too much. I will stop talking. Good night, all. I'll be here, just not chatting. Well, I appreciate the lurk. Thank you for being here. And Crusade Bear, great to see you again. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Horace. And I think I saw Lucent Jelly there with a Morse code message of emotes that I cannot decipher. Oh, perhaps it's 3, 2, 1. It's more interesting to see what streamers pick. Americans go with Dressy, other countries go with Chalice. Well, usually by default I go with the first part of a name or whatever the prominent noun is. Well, I guess that would lean toward either half. So I don't know how I pick how to shorten a name. Mile High Roll, great to have you here. 10 minutes of Horace, then Dark Souls. I'm thinking about an hour and a half of Horace. Not quite as much as last time. I'm thinking this will overall be a shorter stream. I'm starting off a little bit sleepy tonight, so I don't know. I think I would prefer this didn't turn into a gigantic 9-hour stream like so many of them do. But we'll see. I'm going to play about an hour and a half of Horace, a little bit more. At about the hour and a half mark, I'm going to be looking for a chapter break as a good place to wrap it, and then we'll be moving to Dark Souls. And Tetris Guy, great to have you here as well, my friend. Hope you're doing well on this Thursday/Friday. Let's get my big dumb head a little bit out of the way. And we'll see about diving back in. So, playtime an hour and a half. That is not right. It must not count time when you die and get sent back. We've definitely put a bit more than that into it. Oh my goodness, look at all this junk right at the start. This is immediately terrifying. Oh wait. I forgot the primary mechanic of the game. So both games tonight, first Horace and then Dark Souls. Hoping to make some progress in each of them. We started both of these games on Tuesday. This is the first playthrough of each of them. We're going through as blind as possible and hoping that I can be clever enough to figure out how to achieve a victory.
The man didn't look like a thief, but maybe his striped jumper was in the wash. Mr. Silton was certain he'd stolen the van though, so I watched for a moment.
But then I heard Mr. Silton climbing up.
I was going to speak, but Mr. Silton held a finger up to his lips. He looked incredibly serious for a moment. One swift movement, and we were inside. Mr. Silton whispered that I was to go one way while he went another. "Why are you whispering?" I asked him. "Where are we going?" "Find the keys to my van, Robocop," said Mr. Silton through gritted teeth.
This game's a little talky, not painfully so. It does seem to talk rather frequently, but in fairly short bursts. And I'll do my best not to talk over the game, but no promises. I thought I could grab that ladder. Alright, so... Oh, whoa, whoa. I don't know what that noise is. Oh, also, Mr. Silton was using...
We're all wired into the mains. I suppose it was a good deterrent against thieves.
What? Oh. Mr. Silton had a crowbar, and there was a hint earlier in the game that we would need a crowbar at some point, so I'm hoping that means we're going to obtain that before too long. I don't know what these are. Oh, they start to burn when we walk past. We're getting a lot of all clears right away tonight.
Horace would have felt at home here, with all the huge piles of junk everywhere.
It's distressingly evil, distressingly easy to be flattened. Distressingly evil. Very nice. Very evil. So far, it's starting off really well tonight. Well, a few mistakes here and there, perhaps. Oops. I spoke too soon. All right, I think I've hit every obstacle in the room now. By process of elimination, we should get a clean run. Those are already lit. Oh my! Why is it so tiny? Victory. We don't know which key it is, so we'll just collect every
I
key.
should take, so I took all of them.
The game thinks like I do. Oops. Very nice, very evil. That's what was said about you.
I finally managed to collect all of the keys.
Alright, we've done it. And I proceeded to electrocute myself 100 times. I don't recall seeing another door. Guess it's back the way we came. Oh my goodness. Really? We have to manually travel the whole way back?
As soon as I heard the gunshot, I knew I needed to go back and find Mr. Silton.
It's a wrestling thing. It does sound like it could be a serial killer documentary, though. Pookie Stan, welcome in. Is this the beginning of the modernish game? So we actually started on Tuesday. This is our second night with Horace and Dark Souls. I think we missed you last night too, Pookie. I was playing I played that game you recommended, the Galaxy Champions. And that's a pretty fun game. It's you were not wrong. It is a lot like Smash TV, but a lot more accessible. I had a lot of fun with that one, so thanks for pointing it out to me. I beat every old game, so now it's just new games. Oh yeah, that game is super chaotic. There were a lot of times where I didn't even know where my character was on the screen. So close. I don't know how that one hit me. I passed all these difficult ones and then got crushed by that easy one. Have you played Toe Jam and Earl for Sega? I have not. I've seen a little bit of footage from other people playing that game. It looks very confusing. You plan to stream Breath of the Wild too? Certainly. I don't know. It's going to be difficult, that one. Because I know people aren't going to want to watch and have it spoiled, so I'm probably going to have to hold off on my personal playthrough, but I don't know if I can do that. I'm really looking forward to it, so... I may just have to play that one when I feel like it, and if no one wants to show up, then I'll understand. I have not yet had secret wall meat, Pookie says. Is Breath of the Wild 2 this year? I think it's May of next year. They just set a release date for it. I think it's May. I said I dislike Breath of the Wild many times, but I'm hoping they fix everything I dislike in Breath of the Wild too. I don't really expect them to be very different.
The old man was pointing an even older gun right at Mr. Silton's face. But the man looked terrified when he saw me. I can still picture his hand shaking as he reloaded his ancient firearm.
This wasn't the plan,
Shouted Mr. Silton. It's him or me. Let him have it.
What? These jumps should not be especially hard to make. One of us will be let down.
I didn't know what I was going to do when I caught the old man.
What do you mean? What do you mean when, Horace? You mean if we catch the old man?
But I knew I had to stop him.
I disagree. I think I jumped over that bullet.
If someone dared hurt my friends, they would have to pay.
What have we done? Welcome
I
in,
kept
Conga.
turning the events over in my mind. Could I have handled things differently? Could I save Mr. Silton without hurting that man? Mr. Preston could see I was upset, and said music was a good alternative to facing up to problems. Come with me, he insisted. I'm going to teach you how to play drums. First, he said, just play the bass drum along with me. We'll see how good your timing is. Play the beat. Mr. Preston asked, were you happy with that, or give each drum a few hits to get a feel for them, continued Mr. Preston. Watch me play the notes as they hit the dot, like this. Now you try.
Here we go.
Mr. Preston asked, were you happy with that, or would you like to try again?
Pookie says, more excited for... Hang on, I think that was Pookie. Oh, Greg, welcome in. Greg's Retro Channel. Pookie said, more excited for the new Metroid. Even though I understand Breath of the Wild is a more impressive feat. Yeah, I've never played a 3D Metroid game. It took me a while to get into Metroid myself. I tried playing the original one, and I tried playing it quite a bit, but it really was a Zero mission that helped me get into the Metroid franchise. And Super Metroid is just wonderful. Probably has something to do with why I didn't care for them, Conga says. I'm not good at maces. Fair enough. M-rated frowns. Well, this game, I looked this game up. This game is supposedly rated T. I'm not so sure that the reviewers at the ESRB actually played this one through before giving it that rating. But I think on Steam this game was rated T. Dark Souls is definitely an M, and we've played M-rated games before. They're just pretty rare. They're not usually my thing. But every now and then. Actually looking at the Steam page now, and I don't even see the rating, so maybe I hallucinated that before. I don't know. We'll put on the content warning just to be safe. I gotta put it on for later anyway. Gotta be up in 5 hours. Have a good stream and good night. Sleep well, Dressy. I hope that the 5 hours is enough to recharge you. Rock Band is a lie. I'm frightened and confused by this game. We all are. Zero Mission is good, but so is the original NES Metroid, Greg says. Pookie likes the 3DS remake. That's one I haven't played. I don't know when I'm going to get around to that one. And I've got a face camming version. Alright, well, good thing I'm paused. And to hydrate. Alright, we'll take care of these and we'll get back into the game. Please don't spill the drink on the ceiling. I'll do my best. All right. Hydration accomplished. Let's play a song together. That part's hard. Frown band. How'd I do? 2 stars? A B rating? Not bad for sight reading, right? Would you like to try that again? Yeah, let's do it one more time. Let's see if I can get a better grade. B+. All right. That's good. I'll take it. 3 stars. Is this
Mr.
war?
Silton was patched up, but still pretty angry. He referred to the man as a word that wasn't in my dictionary file. It should have been between cunning and cup. I reminded Mr. Silton about going to find the others now we had the van. But he said there was something even more important we had to do first. Mr. Silton explained that it was a good idea that Mr. Logan be released from prison early, and that this wouldn't involve a parole board, but might involve dynamite. Straight away I was apprehensive. I thought only bad people went to prison. I knew Mr. Logan was the guitarist in Mr. Silton's band, but why would we help a bad person? In the end, I think it's only Mrs. Silton's smile that convinced me to help. Mrs. Silton promised to have a present for us when we got back. She said she'd been saving her money from her decorating job. I didn't know what I would need money for, but then realized, if nothing else, new games consoles must be out. Be careful, said Mrs. Silton with a big smile. Don't rob any post offices, and don't get shot. In the dead of night, it was surprisingly easy to get close to the prison building. Mr. Silton said it was like the Death Star and had a weakness we could exploit. Although I seem to remember the robot getting shot when they did that in the film. But there was no time to worry as Mr. Silton pressed a walkie-talkie into my hand and said, "Good luck."
A false friend and a shadow attend only while the sun shines. Guess I won't be getting this game. I hate rhythm games, Greg says. Rhythm games are alright from time to time. And a rhythm minigame can be tolerable if done well and not too often. Is this like WarioWare-esque, Pookie says, where it just tries to do a ton of random stuff? I mean, it's primarily a platformer, but it does have a lot of little mini-game type segments in it. Looks like I've got to hit that switch and then rush. I don't think I can rush around there that fast. Okay, well, I can't just fall off the edge because they stick out too far. Let me figure out where I'm trying to go before I worry about messing with that switch and rushing. What? Oh my. Yeah, this is impossible. Impossible, I say. I've done the impossible.
It was obvious the security lights would set off an alarm.
Yeah. What's setting off the alarm?
I needed to find somewhere to
Oops.
hide, or the guards would kill me.
Looks kind of cool, but pretty tricky. It's not overly difficult so far. No.
According to Mr. Silton, this was the switch that would open the laser door to Mr. Logan's cell block.
Do you enjoy kind of harder platformers? Of course, Pookie. I guess the most obvious example is Super Meat Boy. Personally, don't like that one. Yeah, I really loved Super Meat Boy. I had a lot of fun with that game. I didn't quite get around to 100%ing Super Meat Boy, but I got really close. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do now. No. Nope, I just don't understand. You should really consider playing Celeste, very similar from what I understand. I've played a bit of Celeste. I played the first couple worlds of it. It's really good. Someday I'd like to go back and finish it. I just got distracted away from it, and it's one of those where, like, I don't know, I stopped playing it for a while, I get really rusty, and it's not easy to pick back up a couple worlds in when I've sort of lost all of my accumulated ability. I didn't think I could make that jump. No, I played that off stream. I played that before I started streaming. I'm not crazy about this part. Greg said he doesn't like rhythm games. I don't really like stealth games.
Mr. Silton seemed to think this would open the cell block door. Luckily, he was right.
That was close. What a meaningless room. Help, there's a robot on the ceiling. Yeah, so when I was playing through, that's part of what was that's part of why I didn't get very far, I think, was I was going for all the optional stuff. I was trying to find all the strawberries and clear all the
Unsurprisingly, Mr. Logan's cell was locked, but thanks to my speedy brain, I was able to hack it in seconds. Mr. Logan was not pleased to see me. No one ever was. But I couldn't work out why. However, when I mentioned Mr. Silton, he soon cheered up. We quickly made our way outside. Although I wasn't sure about Mr. Logan's stealth techniques, they were quite different from mine. But someone must have noticed Mr. Logan was missing, as, with a bright flash, we were soon attacked. This still wasn't the plan, said Mr. Silton as he insisted he was okay, and that, no, I didn't need to clean up the trail of blood. He did, however, urge me to take care of the huge tank bearing down on us.
I was trying to get all the strawberries and clear all the B-sides as I went. Oh. This game has the most tonal inconsistency I've ever seen.
We all piled into the van. Mr. Logan and Mr. Preston took out large guns as Mr. Silton gave me some driving software. It basically explained that one foot pump made the van go, and the other one signaled Mr. Logan and Preston to fire their guns.
Oh, we're on fire. I know I wasn't doing very good, but I didn't know we were on fire.
I hoped that all the bullets fired led to non-fatal wounds, but statistically that was incredibly unlikely. Strangely, I felt too excited and relieved to care. Mr. Silton winced as he clutched his bleeding shoulder and explained how you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. I think broken eggs meant dead people. Sometimes, he said, you have to do whatever it takes to survive, even if that means killing.
But not innocent people,
said Mr. Logan as he stared straight ahead. Eventually, I asked Mr. Logan what he had done to end up in prison, but he just continued staring out of the window. Mr. Preston smiled as he said, I suppose someone should explain. He told me when the war started, he and Mr. Silton had avoided conscription, but Mr. Logan was called up. His unit's first orders were to sweep through a huge urban area, killing anything that moved. The only trouble was, hundreds of refugees had recently taken shelter there. The generals knew that those people were there, said Mr. Preston, but they couldn't have cared less.
This isn't the time for another one of your conspiracy theories,
interrupted Mr. Silton. Although this obviously annoyed Mr. Preston, he continued explaining how Mr. Logan and another man deserted, and, after a poor attempt to hide in a wooden vaulting horse, the pair of them were caught at gunpoint on a train, whilst trying to speak rudimentary German. Mr. Logan guided us down a small side street as Mr. Preston complained that he needed the toilet. Mr. Silton asked why we were taking the scenic route while he was trying not to bleed to death. But Mr. Logan gave Mr. Silton a quick glance. You're fine, he said with the faintest of smiles. Soon the night sky was full of twinkling stars, and I was able to impress everyone with my navigation skills. The software was state-of-the-art, but I remember Heather telling me how the ancients had used the stars in much the same way. It always made me smile, thinking about the names she gave the constellations. It was the middle of the night by the time we got back, but Mrs. Silton was still up waiting for us. Really, again, in the same place, was all she said as she shook her head and tended to Mr. Silton's second bullet wound. Mr. Preston nearly knocked us over as he sprinted towards the bathroom. It appeared that his body had kept on making urine, even though it didn't have anywhere left to store it.
Oh my.
I asked Mr. Silton about Heather and the old lady, but he said he was just about to wash his hair. When I asked him again later, he said the main thing was that we'd got Logan and the van back, and couldn't the rest wait until I had cleaned up the band room for him. I didn't know what to say. Everything we had done, everything I had helped him with, I thought it was all to get everyone back together. But now I didn't know what to think. Before I could say anything, Mrs. Silton explained that it was okay if I only travelled on trains and was alone. I must have looked worried as Mrs. Silton smiled and continued, if you really want these idiots to go with you, they can disguise themselves and catch the next train after you. Mr. Silton was dismissive, and said I'd get nowhere without proper ID. They'll be stopping robots for even the tiniest of things, he said. And a robot passport costs a fortune these days. Well, said Mrs. Silton, it's a good job I've got this. Mr. Silton looked confused and asked where Mrs. Silton got the money. Sometimes, said Mrs. Silton, when God slams a door in your face and shoots you twice in the shoulder, he opens a window. Mrs. Silton explained how Preston had given her the extra money. He said there was good money to be made selling pills and powder to people that distracted them from the world being an absolute mess. Bedtime, said Mr. Logan as he carried his guitar into his room. Everyone else left one by one, leaving me stroking the dog.
Oh no, another one of these.
awoke to the sound of Mrs. Silton making herself some breakfast. It felt very early, but I suppose it was just that we had gotten so late. Mrs. Silton gulped down her coffee, and with a reassuring smile she said, "Let's do this."
Kind of starving, Pookie says, but I'm gonna wait a bit before smashing the walls in search of meat. It's pretty inconsistent.
The pedestrian tunnel was far longer than I expected, but it was nice. It gave me a chance to chat with Mrs. Silton.
That's,
She told me she was from an upper-class family, and that her parents had nearly disowned her when she married Mr. Silton.
it's a, is it a gallery of live-action Super Marios? There's the Super Show, there's the movie.
But she said she really was happy being with her husband. And after all, as she put it, he did provide for her in this messed up world. However, I couldn't help but laugh when she said how much she liked Mr. Silton's band. I steered the conversation onto the topic of the war. She explained she had been a nurse near some major combat, but she looked really sad, so I changed the subject. I asked her if the town was nice. Mrs. Silton smiled, and described it as a wretched hive of scum and villainy. Train tickets cost 1,000, so Mrs. Silton said I should trade in some of the things I'd cleaned so I could afford to travel. However, when we tried the door, it was apparent that the junkyard owner wouldn't be back for a while. So Mrs. Silton suggested I try to earn some money by other means. She said there were plenty of jobs in the town that a robot could do.
Arcade. Robot dyers.
The post lady explained the job to me. I would be sorting parcels. Many people were now separated by desolate battlefields and needed these care packages to survive. The parcels were either red or blue. I just had to stamp the right ones, with the right color, at the right time.
Here we go. Apparently there's a lot of rhythm games. Rip the cat. I did that exactly backwards. Wow. C+. That's not great. Let's try it, see if I can do a little better. Backward. I don't know how long I have to wait for it to not hit the cat. I guess I gotta wait till it's all the way off the screen. B+, that's, look at that, a whole letter grade better. They're either awesome or missed. Look, I can go to level 2 now. That's what I wanted to do. think I did alright. Having pre-wall meat in the form of cookies and barbecue Fritos. Alright, let's see the maximum level. I don't know why it's so hard. I swear I'm not that bad at rhythm games. But clearly I am. I feel like I'm mismashing buttons. I would have a hard time with this too, Pookie says. I think maybe if I set the controller on the table, I'd have an easier time with it. Hey, Loyal to Soil. Welcome in, Loyal. Welcome to a bit more Horace. I see you, Jelly. Just a moment. I'm in the middle of a rhythm game. Thank you. No. All right. One moment, my friends. Not a great performance, but letter grade and a third better. Now I've got coffee and apple and raspberry Danish. Nice. All right. Well, that was rough. We have the money for a train ticket now, though. Oh my, he looks like, he's got the head of Thomas the Tank Engine. Welcome in, cows. Happy Thursday, my friend. Thanks for being here with us. You just missed a pretty stressful rhythm game.
Mind the doors. The train is now departing. Mind the doors. The train is now departing.
What does Thomas the Tank Engine want from me?
Mind the doors. The train is now departing.
He's just there to disturb me.
Mr. Deck's TV studio was deep inside the bombed-out buildings of Big City.
Big city, this is big city. Mind the doors. The train is now departing.
What?
The train made its way to Sitcoon. I could get off here to find Alice.
Sitcom, this is sitcom. Mind the doors. The train is now departing.
That voice is awesome. Wonderland. Sorry, I felt like I was gonna sneeze. I still kind of do. Close gate after use. Beware of rogue robots. Salvage. Second-hand buy and sell.
I was surprised to find Alice's house was a lot larger on the inside, and strangely, it lacked any color. Curiously, this was a ridiculous amount of stairs for such a small cottage.
Oh no, it's an MC Escher painting.
How strange everything was. I remembered wondering if I had been changed in the night. Inside was a beautiful brightly colored field, but there was no way I could fit through such a tiny door. On the table was a large cake. I'd never eaten anything before, but for some reason I felt compelled to have a taste. Suddenly, a large glass bottle appeared. I don't know if it was all the growing that I had been doing, but I felt like
Auto pause. What? The resume button doesn't work.
I needed a drink.
Yep. This all seems about right. A boat ladder, welcome in. As you can see, you've arrived at a very exciting time. What have we become? I missed the thing. There we go. I hate springs in video games. Hyrule's playing some Mario Golf, it would appear. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. Hatception. I hate that thing on the right. It's killing me. Over and over and over again. Why? Well, at least it wasn't the same thing. It's never gonna roll. That's it. We're done. Game over. It's never gonna roll any further. I can't hit the one on the left if I try, but the one on the right I can't avoid no matter where I stand. I think I'm gonna be sick. That was actually a very cool puzzle. I didn't know I was going to be dropped immediately into the developer's attempt to make me dislike cats. Run. Waiting room. 1 hour wait from here. Please take a seat. 2 hour wait from here. 3 and then 4. I'm too small. I can't open this door. Nothing to see this way. Turn back. Go enter one of the doors. Have a nice game of chess. Honestly, nothing to see. You'll be disappointed. See, it's just some sparks and you hate sparks. I think it's going to be the same signs this way. I hope I don't actually have to win a game of chess. Okay, I appear to be a knight. Okay, bishops, knights. I guess those are the rooks. She's the queen. And he's the king. I like this game already, Wolfman says. Thank you for joining us, Wolfman Gaming. Pleasure to have you here tonight. This game is bizarre. And I'm doing all right. I'm pretty tired tonight. But other than that, I would say I'm doing fine. Got some coffee. I've got some Danishes. Really nothing to complain about. Oh, I'm trying to collect those sparks? That's what I'm trying to do? But I hate sparks. The game already told me I hate sparks. And I agree. Oh no, I'm not collecting sparks. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, maybe I just have to visit all the... What are those called? Chakras? Oh, I have to get out and find my way to that door. That's what I have to do. I didn't see a way out, but of course, I didn't know I was looking for one. Disco Frownie. I'm colorful because the colors of the screen bounce off my face. Yeah. What? I'm having a lot of issues with this controller tonight, becoming unresponsive at times. This reminds me of, this reminds me of like Mario Odyssey or something. I think there's something like this in one of the Odyssey stages. And of course, I'm reminded of Super Meat Boy as well. No, it's too slow. Oh, but if it's a castle, then definitely Mario, right? Yuck. My impatience is what gets me killed here. These jumps are not especially hard to make, but... my impatience certainly makes them a struggle. The strangeness of this game becomes fatiguing. Hello, Pally. Thank you for the raid. How did BioShock 2, I think you're playing? Please correct me if I'm wrong, but how did that go for you? How was your stream? Welcome in, friends of Pally. Desi Spark, good to see you. Thank you for coming along. Welcome to Horace. It's kind of a indie retro throwback game from a couple years ago. It is Exceedingly bizarre. It was good. The second game is definitely more difficult than the first. I haven't played anything in that series yet. Unbent Tara, welcome in. Good to see you again as well. If you want to use that link to give Pally a follow, my friends, she's a variety streamer that leans heavily into retro as well. Likes original hardware and game collecting like I do. So if you like those things, you'll probably want to give her a follow. I think you'd like it. It's not bad for a beginner to shooters. Yeah, I haven't played a whole lot of shooters. I did play Call of Duty once upon a time. Not really my type of game, but it was a sort of a social thing. I'm excited for Dark Souls. So I actually started Dark Souls yesterday, or no, the day before yesterday. It's going to be my second night with Dark Souls, and I am moderately excited for it. I'm also scared about it. We're actually going to switch over to it as soon as we get to a chapter break in this game. I don't know how far off that might be, but Dark Souls started off going really... Oh my. Crazy Caver. Is this a Manic Miner ripoff? Yeah, it basically is, I think. Dark Souls started off really well. I made it through the tutorial boss. You know, I died a couple times, but it wasn't overwhelmingly difficult. And then I made it to like some rooftops, and I've been stuck there for hours. Oh, it's Tetris music. You know, this game's hard enough without you shaking the TV. I know the game knows. It just doesn't care. My control's reversed. Oh, that's difficult. When you're upside down, your control is reversed in this game. It's not in all the other areas, but it is in this area. Why was that thing suddenly able to hit me? It passed by harmlessly like 20 times, and then suddenly I'm hit. This is disgusting. Oh, there's an air meter. I didn't see that as wasting time. It's wild. I've actually played the game. This is ripping off. I've actually played this game on stream. I wanted to get those 1-ups. My air's running out. Cross the road and get the cats before the steamroller does. No. It's Frogger. Well, that was easy. Oh, we've got to carry them back and forth, one at a time. I started with a bad choice then. Oh, I know what it's like to play video games on a fault line now. I got smashed. I was just so greedy for 1-ups. Still am. Go snowboarding. It's great when a title's a command like that. Sorry, I'm sorry I haven't been reading the chat a whole lot. The game's not letting me look away very much right now. I'm gonna get caught up with you in just a moment. This is, slalom? Ow. Last adventure. Enjoy the California gaming experience, Cal says. The caves are perilous in the dark? Oh. They hit a lantern. It's hidden below her hand. Am I just supposed to try and sneak by? That's not gonna happen. I don't have an attack. My lantern's fading. Oh, she's hiding another doorway. It's the same trick. The Holy Ice Sword. Some monsters will freeze. I got a new lantern. Game over. Try again. Continue or restart from the beginning. I think I'll try and continue. Let me catch up with the chat here a moment. I keep getting tripped out by the eyes moving at the top of the screen, Gal says. Reminds me of Jet Set Willie on the C64. Yeah, we're supposed to be playing Commodore 64 games tomorrow night. What's going on? What day is it? I've only played Call of Duty a few times, so I'm right there with you. I've been playing it too. Took me a while to get used to the playstyle. Yeah, I'm having a tough time with Dark Souls. I'm having a tough time with this too. It's definitely not boring. If anything can be said for it, it's that it is definitely not boring. Wand of Fire shoots a fireball. She got me. You'll need much stronger ice magic than that puny sword. Oh, it's so obvious. How'd I miss? Horace is a great game to play if you can't decide what type of game you want to play. Just put on Horace and you can play all of them. I don't even remember what we're supposed to be.
At the train station, said a distant voice. For some reason they were all dressed as wizards. Oh my god, shouted the voice.
Stop!
Alice explained what was going on, while the man swiftly put my head back together. And this is Simeon, said Alice. The man insisted I called him Sim, and apologized for attempting to hack my CPU.
Alice laughed and said, sorry.
Sim tends to sneeze whenever he's stressed or nervous. I was worried you were like other robots. I'm glad you're okay though. I've had mixed results in the past. This is Betty, said Sim, and this idiot is Fluffers. It's like they're our children, said Alice, although it's strange, it was them that sort of found us. And even before Sim had reprogrammed them, they were kind of nice to me. Betty even tried to clean up some of my rubbish. So, said Mr. Silton, the reason we're visiting is our little robot friend wants to see Heather and her mum again. Plus he tells me that there's some sort of problem with escaped nanobots in the old house. Alice looked puzzled. What do you need me for then? She said. I'm assuming you've not broken the habit of a lifetime and thrown away Sim's security pass. Sim smirked at Alice. It'll be here somewhere. Mr. Silton smiled. Excellent, he said. Then I presume you've still got that video camera you stole when you were working on Richard and Judy. Sim guided us down a set of basement stairs. Well, thanks to Alice's quirky hobby, he sighed as he flicked the light on. We've still got everything. Mr. Silton smiled. Then, he said, I think I've got a plan.
Who in the world am I? Ah, that's the great puzzle.
Although I would have loved to have stayed in Alice's picturesque town, it was time to get back on the train and continue my quest.
Alright, my friends, I think that's Horace for tonight. We've made a progress? Question mark? We've done a lot of things. I don't know how much of them qualify as progress. But we've certainly done a lot of things. I feel like I've played 20 different games already tonight. It's kind of mind-boggling. This continues to be a very interesting game, and we'll pick it back up again at be on the stream next week, probably in the middle of the week. I think we'll do. I think next week's schedule is going to be very similar to this week's, so we'll do more Horace on Tuesday and Thursday next week. Is my expectation, though. Of course, check the schedule in Discord to be sure. And now I'm going to take a BRB and yeah, when I get back, we're gonna switch over and we're gonna play Dark Souls. Let's all cross our fingers and hope that Dark Souls goes well. It wasn't going anywhere at all when we last left off. But thank you for being here for the wild weirdness that is Horace. And if you want to encourage me while I am repeatedly brutalized in Dark Souls, then just stick around and I'll see you in a couple minutes.